Hello, good morning. My name is Jack, and I'll show you all about the safe sitting, about lighting fires, and the management of it. So, what I've got here, I've got 4 lollipops as my little boundary. So I have a little square. I've got sticks, so roughly has to be about 1 meter around. Like a little square. All right. For let's say if you had 4 logs, 1, 2, 3, and 4 there, maybe 4 of these, just to demonstrate roughly. Okay, so you got 4, so it has to be 4 like a little square. They've got boundary. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, and 4. Right, so you got each one has to be roughly about 1 meter all around. All right, and then all for that. So when you have these other kindling blocks, make sure you can use little kindling blocks. These are my little toys I'm going to show you. All right, so you make a little platform. Right, so I'm using my little blocks, so 1, 2, 3. Okay, you've got to show a bit of a platform, so build it up a little bit. Okay, you've just got to build it up, so it's a bit easier to light as well. The ground I'm doing it on a bench, but to show you roughly how to demonstrate it. Right, so this is roughly, so you have that little boundary, and you have that as a little platform. So, what the best thing that they say all about using how to light fires? They say to use a flint and a stone. Alright? They're one of these. They're great for that. Okay? Alright? So you have to use these. So just keep using these if you can next to that. So make sure you can use cotton wool, little pads, in order to light it. Or I've got a little kindling thing that you have here. So the dry wood. You can put it on top of that, and you can set it that way if you wanted to. But before you do all of that, make sure you have boundary of water, and always have a bucket of water next to you. But not next to it, because who knows where you might need it afterwards, where you'll need it after you finish doing your fire lighting, in order to cool down. So maybe have a boundary of water, So I have a boundary of water all the way around. Okay, have a boundary around it. Alright, so we don't want it to spread. If there's a fire, we don't want it to spread too much. Okay, so it's best to make sure that when you're lighting it, alright, but one thing you have to check in mind is all the children that you have, make sure they are about 2 meters away. So I'm using this as my little seats. When they're watching you doing it, so there must be like 2 meters, which is about 200 centimeters. It's about 2 meters away, just on the safe side. They normally say 1.5 meters. Easy to remember, just 2 meters. 2 meters away from the fire. So for your safety and everyone's safety, this is roughly my seats, so which one can sit down. Alright, you have to make sure that your safety and everyone's safety is very paramount. It's paramount. Alright. So I would normally use a flint and stone. Yeah, so make sure it's very close to that when you're lighting fires. Alright, safe sitting is very important. We don't want any children, and we have to make sure that children, we tell them not to go inside the square or the circle, whatever one that you have. They stay away from there. Only if you call them up to maybe want to help. So it's very, very important for your safety, everyone's safety, that children they don't come near to the fire pit. But I'm using these little blocks as the way children can sit, like 2 meters away. Everyone else. So when you light your fires, I've got my flint and stone. You could use matches if you wanted to. Alright. Yeah, you can use that as well if you can. To just demonstrate it, what I have. So in order to light a fire out, so you have a bucket of water and you have a cup in order to put the wire all of it out. So you put it out. Alright, I'm just going to show you how to do it. So you just light the fire out. So you do all that. So you've put fire out and let it cool down. Once it's cooled down, well, you have to spread it out. So there's no there's no evidence of you lighting fires, so you have to get rid of the evidence in order to cool down and throw the ashes around. So it's very important for children's safety that they are away from the circle or a square, whatever one that you choose at the fire pit. So lighting fires. Alright, so safe sitting, fire lighting, very important. Okay, so enjoy. Bye.